Bud Nation.
Let's go.
Squad.
Coming to you live from a virtual studio because there's snow all over the ground. It's DNVR Buffs Live. What's up, boys?
That's not really the reason.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
reveal it.
Yeah, we can handle a little snow. I actually drove in this snow in the heat of it last night at like 11 p.m. It was no big deal. It was actually pretty fun. I drove past the Denver East high school parking lot, and I almost was like, let's run it back for old times, because that's like a prime park. It's so big. It only has like 2 giant light posts in it. I was like, let's just take this back. Let's take it back to high school. I'm about to drift this parking lot, and then I was like, nah, man, you're a grown ass man. Go home and go to bed. But
how you feeling though, bro?
But before that, I suffered an injury on the golf simulator. It's just the world I live in now. You know, like just what you have to come to terms with when you become old. Is to say you can get injured at any moment, and so that combined with the fact that I knew Jake wouldn't want to drive in the snow. I threw out the possibility of doing the show remote so I can keep a heating pad on my back while we do the show.
Hey, bro, at least you heard yourself doing something athletic. You feel me? Like, it would have been a lot worse if you're like, yeah, bro, I was just taking out the garbage and slipped a disc or something like that. That would have been way worse. So
it's true. Also, I've been in the gym every day for the last 23 days.
Congrats. It's big time.
crazy.
Today might break that, though.
I have a take, though, and it's related to the snow. And I think this is a movement that we all need to make across the country and across the world, actually. We should all get rid of the Apple Weather app because this thing lies more than anything. It's outrageous. It really is. There's
what are you saying?
There's like 10 inches of snow on the ground, and all day yesterday, just not even an idea that snow was coming. It's ridiculous.
Bro, that might be yours, bro, because mine, I only checked the Apple, John, and mine the whole day was saying that it was going to snow all day. Bro.
No, I was completely blindsided by this.
Jake has an iPhone 6, so the software on his weather app hasn't been updated.
Oh my God.
My phone is crazy old too, bro. But I think that's a you problem, Jake, because I was very abreast of the fact that there was going to be a lot of snow coming down yesterday, and I only used the Apple Weather app.
So
literally after Monday, I just thought, all right, let's just make it to the weekend when it's 60 degrees and we're all going to be fine. I didn't realize we had a second, coming. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I almost exclusively use the Apple Weather app, but yesterday I also use ALXEA. I don't want to trigger ALEXA.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
And I just say like, hey, what's the weather like in Denver today? And she said like, there's a winter storm warning for 5 p.m. through 5 a.m. or something like that. So I knew what we were in for.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But as the commenter said, Thomas, when you're in Colorado, you got to be on your toes. Like, you can't be relying on weathermen or apps or anything. Like, you just got to be prepared for all weather at all times.
I mean, I agree. You think New Mexico's any different? It's exactly the same. But I just like a little bit of a heads up. Like, we had 10 inches and my app said nothing was happening. Like, that's insane. How does that happen?
Fair enough.
Like,
I don't think it was 10 inches, bro.
It was a lot, whatever it was. Because last night I was like, all right, I'm just hanging out. And I was like, I guess I'm going to go to the gym. There's nothing else to do. And I walk outside and I was like, I got to clean off my car now. Like, I didn't even know this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Girls Club is right. Coach Prime did try to sound the alarm on the Apple Weather app during the season at one point.
Yeah,
he was the original Apple Weather whistleblower.
See, great minds think alike.
Jake G, don't ever go to Chicago in the winter, G.
Why?
I promise you, this is nothing like. I really don't trip when it snow out here in Denver, bro, because like I have yet to experience like a true snowstorm where I'm like, damn, this is actual trouble.
I was living in Pennsylvania one time when basically a blizzard rolled through, and Pennsylvania's like hilly. Like it's like
Right.
it's not like out here where everything's kind of, relatively flat.
Mhm.
And I remember I was at work and I was like, I should leave work because this Civic is not going to handle the hills covered in 6 inches of snow. And I was actually surprised by the Civic. It did some work out there.
It's hard to trust you when you say there was a blizzard because, like, if someone eats a powdered donut near you, you think that's a blizzard.
Man, I hate y'all. What are you talking about? You did not drive through that. You did not drive through that.
Drive through what?
The blizzard you're talking about that I told you was a blizzard.
This one in Pennsylvania?
No, the one in Boulder like 2 months ago. That this whole thing is like coming.
That was not a blizzard, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You didn't go up either, bro.
You also called it a blizzard driving from your house to the bus one morning.
Yeah, that was pretty close. We literally got
We
stuck
were all
and
on
had to
the
turn
roads that
around
day.
in southern Colorado earlier that day. I think that one qualified.
All right, we can move on.
Just saying, that one closed roads.
That one did. We were right in the midst of it. Still not a blizzard though.
That was wild.
We're talking transfers and the new players on Colorado's class. We mentioned it yesterday, but to me, it seems like every time we dig into this roster, there's always one player I come away liking a lot more than I did previously, and you just realize how deep this team has gotten and how much better this roster has gotten over the last year. Just starting at quarterback, obviously Shador's out. Julian Lewis, Caden Salter in, two very talented guys. We have a quarterback competition on our hands.
Yeah, and there's no replacing Shador Sanders. It's going to be a long time, in my opinion. I mean, at least a couple years before you see a player play at the caliber that he did for this football team. The hope is that Julian Lewis can get there, but no one's going to be able to replace that overnight. And Julian coming in was, I think, the first step to saying, like, we're not falling backwards at quarterback. And then you went and doubled down on it in the transfer portal and said, okay, in case Julian needs a little more time, we're also going to go get an absolute dog out of the transfer portal. So, it's a little bit of like Moneyball. I think that if Neely was here, that's what he would say is like, okay, you can't replace one guy with one. Maybe you can replace one guy with two. Even then, at the quarterback position, I think it's especially hard considering you can only have one on the field at any moment. But I think Colorado did just about as good as they could to go into the portal, go into the high school ranks, and try to fill that gap.
I think one of the coolest things Coach Prime has done since taking over here at Colorado is never allowing the fan base to be uncomfortable about the most important position on the field. Since Coach Prime has been at Colorado, the quarterback position has been set, obviously because of Shador Sanders, but like you mentioned, Arcade, there's no replacing him, but they did as well as they could to replace a Shador Sanders. You land a 5-star blue chip quarterback in Julian Lewis. And just in case he ain't ready right away to go as a true freshman, here's one of the top portal quarterbacks, in the transfer portal. One of the best dual threat quarterbacks in college football, in my opinion, in Caden Salter. One of those guys are going to be really good. Both of those guys have the potential to be really good here in 2025. And that's just a luxury that a lot of college football programs around the country just don't have. Like a lot of programs I think of like year to year, they're like, damn, who is our quarterback? Who is it going to be? Like, what can we really expect from this guy? And I feel like although there is some uncertainty just because we haven't seen either Caden or Juju in a Colorado uniform, there is certainty in the fact that these guys can play, and one of these guys are going to be really good. And again, maybe both of these guys are going to be really good here in 2025. But this position is there's just a comfortability level that I feel like doesn't exist really at a lot of other programs around the country.
Yeah, and I'll just double down on what you're saying there about Coach Prime making sure that the most important position on the field is secured. For about 20 years, that has not been the case before Coach Prime got here. And I just remember, I'm acting like this was a long time ago. This is like 4 years ago. Just watching college football from around the country and watching programs that are inferior to Colorado have such better play at the quarterback position. And just banging my head on the wall that how can Fresno State find Jake Haener And over the course of 20 years, Colorado couldn't find a quarterback that good. Not to discount Sefo Lufau, Steven Montez made some big plays for this team, but like, it's just crazy. Colorado hasn't had a quarterback drafted up until this coming draft for a really, really, really long time. So that's just like one of the little things that I think sometimes gets taken for granted, and you just need that little bit of perspective to be like, oh yeah, like there was a 2-decade-long period where you never had any comfort at the quarterback position, and like even Sefo, as much as I love what he did for the program, he didn't really have a great season until his senior year. It's not like he was, a multi-year guy who balled out. So it's just crazy to think that now you go from potentially the number 1 overall pick in the draft to a 5-star and one of the top transfer quarterbacks. So you're just like happy and healthy there.
No, for real. Hey, who was the last Colorado quarterback drafted?
Oh man, I believe it was Coy Detmer.
That makes sense.
Which is like that's like before I was a fan. Like not before I was a fan, but before I was like that into this.
That's crazy to think about.
The Buffs did nothing at running back. It's a position that we'll talk about a lot, I think, coming, in the next month or so, especially with spring football. But because Marshall Faulk's there, and as we talked about, Scotty, last week, you bring in a new coach, chances are new players are going to be coming in too. So we'll see. Micah, Isaiah, Dallin in the room, Charlie in there as well right now, and of course Chat's favorite player, Brandon Hood. So we'll see who emerges, this spring, and then we'll see what happens when the portal opens, man. I mean, this is that's what they did last year. I mean, of course, that was brought on by Dylan entering the portal, but Dallin and Isaiah came from the portal this time, the spring portal last year as well. So we'll see.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if after the spring, Marshall Faulk kind of sees things, feels the lay of the land, and maybe feels like they need to add somebody. But I think we all feel that if they went into this season with this group of running backs, they should be just fine with some improved offensive line play.
And my question is, we talked yesterday about Domata Pecco Jr. and Joseph Pecco. And, I don't think Marshall Faulk has a son who's just floating around out there in college football. But who's the guy that he has a connection with,
Right.
Maybe someone he mentored, a la Cordell Stewart and Juju Lewis. Like, is there someone out there that it'll just come out at some point that they have a close relationship and that guy wants to transfer here in the spring portal?
Wait and see. Wide receiver, still one of the best rooms in the team. Extremely, extremely talented, and got younger this season. I mean, you kind of have to when you have 4 seniors or 4 draft eligible guys, your top 4 wide receivers. Moving on to the NFL, Adrian Wilson comes in from Pflugerville, Texas. Quanell X Farrakhan comes in from Houston. Quentin Gibson, the Max Preps Player of the Year, absolutely electric senior season in high school. And then Joseph,
Texas Player of the Year,
national.
Oh,
national.
Wow, he must be a 5-star.
He's actually a 4-star on some sites now after rating bumps.
Let's go. We're waking up.
The only transfer to come in this room is Joseph Williams from Tulsa. I love that guy, though. He's going to be sick. And it's just an insanely talented room. You got Omarion, Draylon, all these guys returning. Cam Michael, we haven't even seen. Crazy room.
Yeah, another just absolute restock, reload. To be honest, it's the easiest position to do that at, in my opinion, in all of college football. But that being said, you still got to go out there and do it. And they brought in, I think, top-tier talent through both avenues, the portal and high school recruiting. And then they have the third one, which is development, which is going to give them a lot of options. And we talk about this a lot, but this is one of the positions where it's really true. You only need 1 or 2 to pop. We don't know a lot about these guys. We know about we've seen what Draylon can do. We've seen Joseph Williams. Like, you just need 1 or 2 to take the next step to pop, to really pop. And there's so many darts at this position that I think they could have 3, 4, maybe even 5 guys in that conversation of like, man, they really stepped it up to the next level.
And let's not forget Terrell Timmons either, who was very much in the rotation to start, last year. I think dealt with some injuries and obviously dealt with the fact that, like you mentioned, Jake, there are 4 drop-eligible guys who were really good last year at the receiver spot for Colorado. And I feel like Jason Phillips, man, I trust that man with my life, man. What he's done, obviously dating, before Colorado and what he did with that receiver room here with a lot of mouths to feed here in 2024. Like Jason Phillips is going to get the most out of that room. He's going to probably identify, 1 or 2 guys that maybe we might be sleeping on, and they might end up being, one of the main kind of targets for whoever's under center for Colorado here this fall. So this receiver room is elite. It probably doesn't have the high end talent that it did last year, but I think it's probably more well rounded and more versatile this year, which is something that I think is going to really be to the benefit of Caden Salter or Julian Lewis.
Yep, impossible to replace Travis. Can't do it with one player, but with the 4 players that they have brought in, and Amarian's coming back, all this stuff. This room's going to be just fine. All right, let's take our first break. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Shout out to UC Health. DNVR Buffs Live brought to you by UC Health, the official care partner of the Colorado Buffaloes. It's the off season for us. We got to work back into shape too. Get ready for this next season. We got some time, so don't waste it. Let's get in, get in shape, get your sleep, eat better, whatever you got to do to live a healthier life. Learn more about living like there is a tomorrow. Go to uchealth.org for more info. UC Health, live extraordinary.
You guys got to get on my level. I'm on, like I said, 23-day move streak. I'm on my UC Health shit.
Go crazy.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Elevations Credit Union. The Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards Card, the sexiest credit card in world history, and the only official credit card of CU Athletics. You got to get this thing. 2 different versions of it. You can get the black with the gold buffalo or the gold with the black buffalo. Both look amazing. I'm partial to the black with the gold buffalo. It reminds me of the helmets that they wore at UCLA, and then I think they wore them one game this year, but I can't remember which one it was. Arizona, I think. I maybe arguably the best non-traditional helmet that they have in the bag right now. So check out our friends over at Elevations Credit Union. You can trust your credit union. They're a lot more personable, and every time you swipe with the Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards Card, you are going to benefit Colorado Athletics. So check it out at buffscreditcard.com. Apply and see full card benefits and details.
What were you going to say with the receivers, Scotty?
2 things that I just saw. Tom Luganville at ESPN this morning published a story talking about scouting ESPN 300 quarterbacks and how they'll fit in 2025. He had a little blurb about Julian, who, by the way, is number 12 on ESPN's top 300 for the class of 2025. Julian, the top 12 player in the class.
Yeah, they haven't moved on him.
But Luganville talking about Julian Lewis, he goes, former Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders was often criticized for holding on to the ball too long and taking too many negative plays. Lewis will be more decisive. He will likely see more RPO plays. This is an RPO-based horizontal screen scheme, which combines with the run game to set up deep shots downfield. Quarterbacks in this system need to change their arm angle and release points considering how quickly they are asked to make decisions off token fakes in the backfield. Lewis is a strong fit because it's a quarterback-friendly scheme, and he might not need to play right away with the incoming transfer of Caden Salter. I just think that's just real well put, just about how this offense is really, really built for, I feel like, Julian's skill set to really succeed, even as soon as, this year is a true freshman. But I was just going to mention, did y'all see that boy Quanell in the number 14 jersey for Colorado? I kind of like that look on him, bro. I'm not going to lie. That's a fire number, maybe a Will Shepherd Jr. But
that's the position he's going to play.
Facts.
I like it.
That was cool to see.
All right. We got to pick it up. We got to get through these positions so we can do this draft. Tight end. We got a couple new guys. Another kind of rebuilt room, of course. Savell Smalls, I think, has his final year, but Zane DeSouza, Corbin Lazier coming in from the recruiting ranks. But the big one, Zach Atkins, coming in from, what's community college, right? Division II?
Division II, yeah.
Division II. Was one of the most sought-after tight ends in the portal, and really the most complete tight end Colorado's had in the last 3 years.
Bro, he's going to be good, bro. He's going to be a dog. I think he's going to start right away, and I think he's going to really be a reason why this offense looks different, a lot different, a lot more balanced, a lot more versatile. I saw a clip of him today throwing weight around in the weight room, talking his mess, around his teammates and whatnot. So I think Zach Atkins is, and again, we talked about it. This is another guy who kind of fits the bill of the guys that they're targeting out of the transfer portal, guys with a chip on their shoulder, guys coming up from the lower level of football who are ready to prove that they belong at this level of football and at the next level, which is the NFL, obviously. So I think Zach Atkins is going to get coached up, and I think he's going to be a real problem for opponents, both in the run game and the pass game, being able to flex out, line up as a true receiver, and kind of be that sixth offensive lineman sometimes as well.
I'm listening to Jake here and trying to go fast, but I was kind of in wait and see mode, and I think I still am at the tight end position. I'm a little bit disillusioned about the position. This has just been so long since we had a good player there, or a dynamic player there, I should say. But Zach Atkins is starting to raise my eyebrows and give me hope.
Chief.
Offensive line. Completely rebuilt, it seems. I mean, we're going to basically have one returning starter. Cash Cleveland, of course, is going to be in the conversation to start at center. But we'll start there. They bring in Zarian McGill from the transfer portal out of Louisiana Tech. He's played all over the interior. He's played a lot of football as well. All of these transfers coming in the offensive line have played quite a bit of football. Aki Ogunbiyi from Texas A&M, playing tackle. He has played in the SEC, of course. Zy Chrysler from Illinois has played a lot of football. Manitai Mani coming in from Ole Miss, a JUCO kid. And then, of course, these recruits, man. I've seen a lot of people say Carday Smith looks like an immediate type of, come in and play player. I've seen them say that about Chauncey Gooden as well. Jay Gardenhire, you got a developmental tackle. We'll see what happens with this room.
Definitely. A lot of exciting pieces. Another one where you're just like, maybe over the last 2 years, you've learned to be a little more cautious about offensive line transfers and getting too excited about them. But, I think you have to be excited about the specs of the guys they brought in, the tape of the guys that there is tape out there. And, to me, it just comes down to getting it all to mesh. You have the most important piece. You have a lockdown, put him on an island, he can block anyone left tackle. And from there, it should be a lot easier to build the rest of the line. But it's never as easy as it seems. So I'm excited to see how it shakes out and how these guys do. But I think they did a good job, again, of bringing in new talent. And we talked about defensive line yesterday, but, like, big guys. I mean, that's this. You're up to the size of a true, legit college football program on the offensive line now.
I just can never forget a college football coach telling me right before week 1 of the season that it's hard to find good offensive linemen in the transfer portal. And I feel like people have kind of seen that all across college football over the last few years since the portal has kind of been popping. And that's why my focus on this offensive line is the guys that they brought in from the high school ranks, like Chauncey Gooden. I'm continuing to bang the table for him. I think he's going to be a really good player for Colorado, a future pro potentially. Carday Smith has all the tools, all the size to be a legitimate right tackle, a dominant right tackle at the college football level. And we'll see what Jay Gardenhire potentially turns into, because the size, that's a mammoth man right there. So what, Gunnar White potentially and Andre Girard could do for their development could be crazy.
Definitely. By the way, I just got to jump in here, Jake. I like the hoodie up headphones look. So if I like it, you're out on it? That's crazy.
He threw the hoodie up so quick. He said,
yeah. I think I'm getting like, someone actually mentioned like MMA fighter vibes. I'm kind of getting like boxing locker room warm up from you right now, and I like it.
Yes.
This is the vibe at home, bro. If I got a hoodie on, the hoodie's got to be up. Just has to be.
I have to say, I've never in my life had a hood up indoors.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy, bro.
Have you ever slept with a hoodie on?
Absolutely not, bro.
All right.
Have you, Scott?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm with Jake.
You have to sleep with the hood on when you sleep with a hoodie on.
How are you sleeping with a hoodie on?
I've got like 18 hoodies. I've got 2 or 3 of them that are like, all right, if I'm like chilly going to sleep, this is a sleep hoodie.
Exactly, bro. It's certain hoodies that you would just wear to sleep, literally.
This is not a sleep hoodie. This is a regular hoodie.
Unless I'm in like an uncomfortable place, I'm not even sleeping with a t-shirt on.
Yeah, that's couldn't be me.
But I hate having a hood on. I feel like it fucks with my peripherals. So I don't even have it on outside unless I'm freezing.
It's valid.
No, man, I love having the hood up. All right, you sidetracked me. Defensive line. Perhaps the most improved / best room on this team. I mean, it's crazy that one of the best rooms from last year got even better. But I don't think there's any doubt that I'm going to group in edges with this too, just by the way. I don't think there's any doubt this defensive line is the best position group on this team. Of course, Jaheim Otis, who we talked about a lot yesterday, coming in from Alabama, he's going to be a monster. Gabriel Lightfoot has played a lot of football. He's coming in from Fresno State to play nose tackle. We've got Tavian Coleman coming in from Texas State. He's another 300-pounder. In the recruiting ranks, of course, Alex McPherson, who's already kind of made an impact along the defensive line. Christian Hudson, Baby Sapp, London Merritt, another IMG kid. Did I miss anyone? I think that's it.
You hit a lot. Did you get Alexander McPherson?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got them all.
Yeah, monster room.
The best position group on this team, bro. Most talented, the deepest. This team is going to lead the Big 12 in sacks again here in 2025. And it's going to be because of that defensive line, because of that edge rush room, because of Warren Sapp, because of Domata Peko. This pass rush is elite. And I feel like it's going to carry this team early on in the season as they try to figure out offensively the quarterback situation and kind of getting whoever is under center acclimated to this offense and this team. I feel like this pass rush and this front seven on defense is going to carry this team, throughout, the beginning part of the season, and again, be one of the best units in the Big 12 and potentially college football.
No doubt, man. Led the Big 12 in sacks last year. They've just gotten bigger. They've gotten stronger, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from this offseason and what the coaching staff has been able to do to just reinforce this room. Can you chill, bro?
I'm sorry. Mars is wild, bro. Mars on that DS.
No, I don't know. I'm the opposite of Winnie the Pooh when I sleep. I feel like I've never even considered like that. It might be weird that I don't wear a t-shirt while I sleep.
I'm like this time of year, like when it's like February
times of year,
sure, bro.
I would never wear clothes in the bed. That seems weird to me.
So do you just yeah, that is wild. Do you just like blast your heater all winter then? So that you
I
can
don't
do
get
this?
cold, bro. I'm not soft.
Okay.
I'm putting out a poll on Twitter. I want to see if I'm in the majority or minority here.
Bro must have like a mink.
You know what?
Blanket in the bed at the crib or something, bro, where just cold just don't impact him in the bed.
Yeah, no. Isn't that what the sheets are for?
I'm putting out a poll on Twitter too.
No, what is your poll?
It's different from yours. I just want to see something. All right, let's take a break.
Your poll is going to be slanted, bro. I'm trying to keep mine as impartial as possible.
How? Mine is not going to be slanted.
Hey, Reef, chill.
Let's take a break. Shout out to the homies over at Bet365. Right now, new customers can get $100 of bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Did you bet on Canada last night, RK?
Yes, I did. I had 2 heartbreaking losses. I had Nikola Jokic like over 25 points, over 12 assists, and over 12 rebounds and over 10 assists, and a Nuggets win parlayed. Missed on 1 assist from Jokic. Then I had Canada money line and Jokic triple-double parlayed. missed on 1 assist from Jokic.
That sucks.
Damn. Well, you can get on the action over at Bet365. After last night's game, the NHL will be back here soon enough. The NBA is back in full swing for the second half of the season. We got a big game for the Nugs tomorrow night. Where is this game? Is it in Denver or is it in LA?
I think it's in LA.
No, it's in Denver.
Oh, it is in Denver. Yeah, actually, you're right. I saw the prices are like playoff level prices.
That's true. So come hang out at the bar and watch with us. And download the Bet365 app and deposit $10 when you use the promo code DNVR365. All you got to do at that point, place a bet of $5. You'll get $100 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. These bets can be used on anything: spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Sorry, I'm putting on my poll. What do we got here? Check us out on your TV. Of course, you can watch us here, wherever you're watching us now, but you can also catch us on fast channels all over. And that includes, but is not limited to, Samsung TV Plus. That's channel 2348. Xfinity, that's channel 4072. Xumo Play. And many more platforms are coming soon. This is a cool new venture. A lot of people have worked really hard. We're actually pretty revolutionary in this space because not a lot of places have figured out how to do live to those channels and those platforms, and that's a place where you can actually watch us live. So if you're someone who uses those platforms or are starting to use those platforms, make sure you find the DNVR channel. You can just search DNVR right into your smart TV and find our channel there. It's a cool new way.
RK, you still going to the bar tomorrow for the Nuggets game with you on the injury report?
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna probably make that happen.
Perfect.
Usually, like this has happened to me before. Unfortunately, it's usually like a 24-hour, just like take it easy, don't do anything stupid, and it kind of like shifts back into place or whatever's going on.
I've experienced it too before. I ain't gonna lie. Like not from a golf swing, but I've definitely had like lower back pain that's taken me out the game for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Not at all. What are you laughing at, Jake? What's so
Evan Zeman goes, I'm surprised RK gets Wi-Fi in the igloo he lives in.
Bro, I actually, no flex. I live on the top floor of my apartment. And so when everyone, hot air rises. I don't know if you guys know this, but
really,
I don't even have to turn on my heat because everyone else's heat just rises into my apartment.
I don't believe that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, neither the apartment ain't letting you get away with that, bro. There's no way.
What do you mean? That's just science.
Where do you keep your crib at, bro?
It depends. I hate air. I hate air moving. So I usually turn up the heat when I'm gone, so that when I get back, it'll be warm and I can turn it off.
That's
so
crazy.
It's honestly ever changing, but I try to keep it in the 68, 69 range.
Okay.
Alyssa says the same. She's on the top floor too, and apparently y'all just don't have to pay for heating, which is crazy.
Yeah, I can't relate.
Linebackers, another rebuilt room. Both ranks, transfer portal, and the recruiting class used to refill this room. Obviously, Nakai has moved on and entered the portal, but Levante Bentley, he's done. He's out of eligibility. Salute to him, one of the best Buffs of the last couple of years. Helped establish the culture here. Also, Trevor Woods entered the portal. Jeremiah Brown flirted with the portal. He came back, though. Jalen Wester's still in the fold, but now you got Reginald Hughes coming in from Jacksonville State. You've also got Kylan Salter. That's Caden Salter's younger brother. He's coming in from TCU. Martavius French coming in from UTSA. And then, of course, Mantrez Walker coming in from the high school ranks. A new room, but I like the talent here.
I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty with this room amongst the fan base, and maybe rightfully so. But I feel like this room has enough. Like I think Reggie Hughes and Martavius French are going to end up being the starters. But Jalen Wester and Jeremiah Brown have both proved that they can play in spurts. And I think a year of them being older and in this system under Coach Robert Livingston, I feel like they're going to be more than ready to step in if needed be. And we'll see what Kylan Salter potentially brings. But I think Martavius French is going to be a dog. And I feel like that's going to be enough to make this linebacker room, be good enough with a really good defensive line playing in front of them.
I knew Jake's poll would be slanted, bro. I said I've never worn the hood on inside. You just said, have you ever worn the hood on your hoodie in your life?
Okay. Let me. I'll delete for you then. Don't worry.
Go ahead, edit that.
It was 96% yes, of course.
Right.
You have a take on the linebacker room?
I don't know. What do the linebackers feel about hoodies? No, I'm excited for this group. It's one of those things where it's a disappointment that Nakai Hill-Green had eligibility is not coming back. But there's a lot of exciting pieces in there. I got a good feeling about Jay West, man. I think him being on his own without LaJonte, I'm not saying that was like holding him back in any way, but I think it's just going to change his mindset a little bit of like, all right, now it's time for me to be the older brother for this room. And I just think it's going to maybe unlock a different part of him. And I'm excited to see what it does for him.
And I'll never forget when he put the pads on KJ Jefferson late in that UCF game and made him fumble. That was a hell of a play.
Yes, that was fire.
Okay, we got to do these rooms so we can do these draft. There's two more. Cornerbacks. Obviously, Travis is gone, but you keep your other top three corners from last year. DJ McKinney, Colton Hood, and now Preston Hodge back in the fold. One of Colorado's best transfer additions, Makari Vickers, coming in from OU, was a 4-star high school recruit not too long ago. We just got a safety, Antonio Branch Jr. from the high school ranks. I think that's it, right? Taufik Bayard's coming in at safety through the portal. But that's it. I mean, this room, both rooms in the secondary are rooms that have been built over the last couple of years, through the portal and through the recruiting classes. Obviously, Carter Stoutmire's gotten a lot of playing time. He's battled some injuries over the last few years. He's going to play a factor. Who am I missing, guys? Who else is in the secondary that I didn't mention?
I mean, they're going to have the best, in my opinion, Colorado's going to have the best cornerback trio in college football this year with DJ McKinney, Preston Hodge, Colton Hood. And because of that, they might have one of the best secondaries overall in college football with obviously Taufik Bayard, Shark 2.0 back there making plays, potentially Carter Stoutmire, potentially Savion Riley back there at the other safety spot. They're obviously going to be coached by Robert Livingston and Kevin Mathis and Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. So this secondary is elite. And I'm almost at the point where this cornerback room, to me, might be the best position, most talented position on the team.
Facts. The safeties are a big one, too. Obviously, Shiloh and Cam leaving and going on to the NFL. So, we've already talked a lot about Taufik Bayard, but a little –
Seatbelt.
What?
Was another guy we didn't mention.
I mentioned him.
Oh,
I mentioned him. But we'll see who starts next to Taufik Bayard in that safety position.
Also, just the video coming out of Colton Hood cleaning 335 is
big time.
Insane.
That boy's going to be explosive.
For a corner, that's insane.
Yes.
And I think we've talked about this a little bit, but I can't help but wonder if there's a way to get him involved on offense a little bit.
Has to be, bro.
He said he's down for it. We'll find out.
Is he the week one kickoff returner?
Maybe. Sometimes I feel like earlier in the season or, you want to go with like a guy who maybe isn't as involved in the offense or the defense, but they're super explosive and you're like, we just got to get this guy touches. But he very well could be. He has such a natural knack, I feel like, for the open field.
Facts.
Shout out to the specialist, too. Buck Buchanan coming in. He's obviously going to play a huge role. Mate moves on. We got Mate 2.0. Damon Graves coming in to replace Mark Vassett. I think that's we've hit every new player, though. Are you guys ready to draft?
I I think it's actually new mate.
Oh man.
Oh wait, really quick. Someone brought this up. I'm sorry. Someone brought this up earlier in the chat, and he's a guy that we just like don't talk about enough. He wouldn't be involved in this discussion, but I think it's because we don't know where he fits in. Like Isaiah Harge is such an exciting player.
Yes.
That we like don't. He doesn't necessarily like come into the wide receiver conversation or the running back conversation or the defensive back conversation whenever we have it.
Running back.
We don't yeah, I think I said that. But like, he's such an exciting player. He also could be a returner. You know, like it's just we got to talk more about Isaiah Harge.
Facts. Jake, did you smack Canes already today, or is that an old cup?
Nah, bro, this is from draft day last year. They gave us these cups, and it's one of my like I don't know, water bottles at home or whatever.
Okay, nice. Shout out Canes.
Shout out Canes for sure.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's draft. It's only 4 rounds, so we've got time here. But we do have to move quickly. I don't know.
Do we have time or do we have to move?
we probably got like 20 minutes.
We have time to do the draft if you move quickly. Can we see the board, please, Alyssa? I don't know who's first.
I better be first.
I bet you you're not. Let Scotty have first. He's the youngest sibling.
Alyssa
Schleet. Scott first.
Scott first. Go ahead, Scott. Can you just tell us what the order is too, please? Who's next and then third?
I like how we're communicating through the chat.
So just to be clear, we're drafting new additions, so that includes transfers and high school signees. Correct?
Yes.
All right.
So it's Scott, me, then RK. Here we go. Snake draft. 4 rounds. Go.
Okay. I am going to draft with my very first pick.
This is only newcomers for everyone out there before you start saying, where's Draylon?
Only newcomers. I am going to go with that's not the order.
That's not the order.
Jake, are you going first?
Yeah, especially if we're going to snake draft this, it'll be way easier if we go in the order of the board.
Go ahead, Jakey.
I'm drafting Jaheim Otis.
Nice.
He's a dog. He's going to be one of their best defensive players. He's going to make a massive difference from this year to last year and be one of the reasons why this defensive line is actually better year over year.
Love that pick. I'm going to stay with the theme of guys that we recently wrote about, and I'm going to go with the Shark 2.0 and Taufik Bayard.
Damn.
He's going to slot in as an immediate day one starter for this team. He has a good chance, I believe, to lead this team in tackles this year. He's a demon making plays in the backfield. He's very versatile. He flies all around the field. I'm going to go with Taufik Bayard here.
All right. This is just like one of those ones that I just want to have this guy so badly on my draft that I don't even care if anyone thinks it's a reach. I'm going to go here with Quentin Gibson. I think I'm the number one Quentin Gibson fan. And then I'll just stay at that position. Why not just monopolize it? I'll take Joseph Williams with my next pick.
Great picks. I'm picking Julian.
Nice.
So give me Jaheim Otis. Give me Julian Lewis. Potentially 2 of the biggest new players, impactful new players on this team. So quarterback position, D-line position. I'm set.
Dang, I kind of regret not taking Julian with my first or second pick.
You could have took both.
I know.
You could have saved us all from. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead, Scotty.
I'm going to stay on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to go with a freshman this time around, though. I'm going to go with London Merritt. I think he's going to be a problem for opponents, tackles. This is a true pass rusher who has all the skills in his tool bag. I think he can play the run really well as well. He's going to be coached the hell up. I'm going to go with London Merritt here.
Wait, Jake picked out a turn.
How?
Because it should have snaked back to Scott after me.
Oh, that's right. I had to start, huh?
Yeah.
Well, do you want Julian? You can take Julian if you don't want London.
He's going to stick with it.
I'll stick with it.
But now I'm confused at where the draft goes.
That means I pick again then.
Jake is up. Yeah, Jake is up.
Okay, yeah.
I'm picking Caden Salter.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'm taking both quarterbacks. No, I'm taking both quarterbacks. No one's ever going to accuse me of one-siding ever again. I'm taking both.
What a political move.
Back to you, Scotty.
Oh, yes. I need to get some offense on the squad. And since both the quarterbacks you're taking, I think I need a receiver. I'm going to go with actually, no, I'm not. Oh, kind of. I'm going to go with Zach Atkins here, who can be a receiver, can be a sixth offensive lineman. I think he's in for a huge season. He's going to potentially transform that position, give that position, this program, something that hasn't seen at that position for some time now. I'm going to go with Zach Atkins here.
Good pick. Now it's back to me for 2 in a row again?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, give me Martavius French. Super excited for what he's going to do at linebacker. And give me Alexander McPherson.
Solid pick.
Just a dog. Just a dog.
Period.
Is that it? That's my whole draft, yeah?
That's your squad. That's your squad. Scotty, you got one more pick.
I got to go back to offense. So I'm gonna go back to the freshman, and I'm gonna take Quanell, man. I'm gonna take Quanell Xfericon Jr., who's newly in the new number 14. Dude is versatile, playmaker. I'm gonna go with Quanell Xfericon Jr.
You took my guy, bro.
I figured.
It's not cool.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm gonna take Martavius French then.
I already took him.
Oh, did you?
You have to do a shoey now.
Bro, just picked it.
I'll take Reginald Hughes then.
Nice.
Good pick.
And that's the draft.
That is the draft.
Did we go too fast?
For Alyssa, we might have gone too fast. Okay. Shout out to Travis.
Let's run through our names. Jake, who's your team again?
I had Jaheim Otis, both the quarterbacks, and Reginald Hughes.
I have Quentin Gibson, Joseph Williams, Martavius French, and Alexander McPherson.
I got Tawfiq Bayard, Zach Atkins, Quanell Xfericon Jr., and London Merritt.
There it is.
Cooked y'all.
The new player transfers and recruits draft from the offseason.
So many names that we didn't even get to mention that are going to be ballers here in 2025 and beyond.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
We'll hear about it in the comments.
Yep. Yeah, we'll find out who we don't like after this show. Shout out to Travis Hunter. He's won another just generational award, really. This award was just created. It's called the Emerging GOAT Award. He's the inaugural recipient. It stands for, obviously, greatest of all time, but it's for young athletes showcasing humanitarian work and excellence in their chosen sport in the essence of Muhammad Ali. He's also won the Paul Hornung, of course, the Heisman, but yeah, he's going to go and have a ceremony in the Louisville area and accept this award for the Emerging GOAT Award.
What a name. What an award.
It couldn't have picked a better recipient. By the way, did you guys watch the Travis Hunter, Tedero McMillan discussion on his podcast?
No.
Saw a clip. That was it.
It's just, we already know. We've said every great thing you could probably ever say about Travis Hunter, but you just watch that and you're just like, this guy embodies everything that makes sports great.
Yes.
Ultimate competitor on the field, and then you see this guy who everyone has kind of pitted him against come on his podcast, and they're just like the best of friends, and it's like, this is what it's all about. When the whistle blows, you compete your ass off, and then when it's over, it's a brotherhood with the other guys that you're out there with, and I just feel like no one embodies that better than Travis.
I low-key want them to end up in the same division and play twice a year. That will be cinema every single time.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to bring up before we go to the chat?
Y'all see that boy Juju at the courtside at the Nuggets game last night? That boy out there turned. Russell Westbrook showing him some love on Twitter as well. That boy lit.
I just got to throw it out there. If he was on USC, do we see him at like a Lakers game like at this point? Because I don't know.
Good question.
I don't know. I think so. The question is like, is the Lakers account posting him? Like that's what was so cool to me is that the Nuggets account, who is one knows who he is, a 17-year-old early enrolling freshman who hasn't played a down of football for Colorado yet, and two was like this is worth posting because people are gonna like it. Like those are the thoughts that a Nuggets social person has to have. Like, is this worth posting? And the fact that like they felt like that was worth posting says a lot to me, just about how you come to Colorado, you're a star. You're just a star already. And obviously Julian's very recognizable, but it's just so cool to me to see like that person be a star already in those eyes. And it's awesome. Total.
It was Seed in 2024 announcing his commitment on Fox on Undisputed. It was Julian in 2025. Who will it be in 2026?
By the way, courtside of the Nuggets game, total QB1 move.
100%.
Speaking of recruiting, this is a guy we've talked about before, though, but Sedarian Morgan, one of the best players in the 2025 recruiting class, a 5-star recruit on the 247 Sport Composite, 18th overall player, third ranked wide receiver, 6'4", 210. Has put Colorado in a top 6. Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Clemson, Auburn, and Colorado. He's from Benjamin Russell High School in Alexander City, Alabama.
You want some a poll update?
Yeah, you want one too?
Yes. By the way, I never said I wasn't weird about that. I said important poll, and I kept it to the fellas because the ladies got more stuff to deal with up top. So I said, fellas, do you sleep with a shirt and or a hoodie on? And I parentheses, if you sometimes do, sometimes don't, choose which one you do more. 72% of people say no, they do not sleep with a shirt or hoodie on.
I just don't believe that.
Why would they lie in an anonymous poll?
There's just no way.
Some feedback here. My favorite one comes from Ben Martling, who said, sleep is sacred, and they make sheets and blankets soft for a reason.
It's not a bad response.
Shay said, hoodie's very different than a shirt. My back gets itchy if I don't have a shirt on, so I sleep with a light t-shirt and in boxers. A hoodie is a little much.
Fair.
Here's the thing, bro. I'd rather sleep in a freezing room and have like 5 blankets, a hoodie, like all this clothes on to go to sleep rather than sleeping in a like warm room.
Yeah, no, I would. I never need to be warmer than I am under the covers.
You're just built different, I guess. And
maybe.
On my poll though, have you ever worn the hood on your hoodie indoors? 82% of people have said yes.
That seems crazy to me, but I never felt like I was like I thought maybe I was weird there. I didn't know. I had no idea where that poll was gonna go. I don't know. It messes with your hearing. It's just.
I've got headphones in.
Well, you do now, but do you always have headphones in when you put your hoodie up?
If I'm like playing games on Discord and stuff, then yeah, I've got headphones in. But if I'm like just like chilling, laying down with a hoodie on, of course the hoodie's got to be up. I'm not laying down with this thing like rolled up under my neck.
Right. Because I've messed up. Like I've slept with a hoodie on, but not on my head, and like it's fucked up my neck.
Yeah, bro.
Like, has that ever happened to you, Jake? Like, and from that point, I'm like, if I'm gonna sleep with a hoodie on, I gotta put it on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bro. No, I have like hoodies that I love traveling with because the hood is like so massive that it is basically like a pillow. Like if you want to like lay back on it.
Where you said, "Are you hard of hearing?" How do you mess up your hearing? It just puts a
Facts,
block between. It puts a block between sound waves in your ears. Like, what do you mean? It just nothing sounds as crisp.
This is like an eighth of an inch of fabric, bro.
Hey, we're talking about the hoodie made his ears go low value.
It does. I don't like it. I don't like it. I want to hear everything at its peak crispness.
You are a sound guy, aren't you? Aren't you a sound?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm a sound snob for sure. Like if I put on like I don't even want to listen back to this podcast. Like our normal podcast, the audio is so clean. If I listen to a podcast that's like a daily podcast and their audio isn't clean, I can't listen to it.
This might have been the most off-season show we've had yet.
We still got questions.
We do have questions.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many of them in the chat, though. We'll see how many we have. Who's first? And Hilla says, what new rivalry would you want CU to create?
I don't like creating new rivalries. Just let them develop. I would like to see a rivalry develop with Kansas State.
I would throw out TCU.
Kansas State was going to be my answer.
TCU would be fun.
Rodney, what happened with the walk-on running back? Do you guys know who the walk-on running back is?
Christian Serum?
He is a walk-on running back. I'm pretty sure he's still there, though. He's a Colorado kid. On the roster. By the way, we're due for a roster update. So I'm sure that's going to come soon. We've, of course, got spring football in a few weeks. So soon enough. It'd either be Titus Batista or Christian Serum. I don't know.
Okay. Girls Club asks, RK, be honest, do you wear shorts in the winter?
Yes.
Definitely. It depends on, like, it depends. But I'll definitely, and at home, always. You'll never catch me with pants on in my house or a hoodie on in my house.
That's wild.
Shorts. Not saying I'm just going, buck wild here, but shorts and a t-shirt or a tank in the house at all times. No socks either.
Were you say something, Scotty?
No, not really. I was just saying commando. Bro was talking about.
Well, that's what someone said. Like, so the t-shirt and boxers combo is the Winnie the Pooh. No, definitely not. It would be t-shirt and nothing would be the Winnie the Pooh.
No, I'll never forget. I'm pretty sure my first trip on the bus for the Stampede, like on our way back, like 5-10 minutes on the bus, RK, you went to the bathroom to change into shorts. And I'm like, yeah, this guy is really about that short life, that comfortability life.
Bro, I'm about to be on that bus in a chair for 7 hours. You gotta maximize comfort.
Thanks.
Girls Club lasted.
Actually, one of my best bus strategy moves is when I was packing on the last day, I would always be like, all right, I'm going to throw some comfortable stuff in my backpack so I can flip it in the bus.
Girls Club asked, didn't Colton do special teams last season? I think so.
I think he had a return. Yeah. When a couple of returns when Jimmy was out.
Yep.
He did. He had 6 kick returns last year.
Yeah, 5280 Ivan says shorts in the winter is a Colorado thing. That's definitely true. A hoodie and shorts, elite, mild winter day outfit.
You a George guy?
I'm not against it.
Okay.
Interesting. East Coast Kev at the super chat. Thank you for all the Colorado coverage as usual. By the way, did you have any crawfish with Coach Sapp in New Orleans?
You gotta say it, bro. He paid $10, dude. You have to say it.
Facts. Bro, I low-key hate the spelling of that with 2 C's. I don't know why.
I hate it.
Way more freaky for some reason.
I hate it.
Did he teach you all how to suck, pull, and dry?
It was suck, pull, and drop, I believe.
Yeah.
You gotta use the K on that, bro. The 2 C's is insane.
Wild. Any update on Nikhil Walker?
We have to answer the question. No, we didn't. But
we
got to make it happen in Colorado.
I think that's what he said. I think he said when we're back in Colorado, we'll make it happen. Yeah.
He was basically saying like he has like a company, that he just hits up. He's like, let's do a crawfish boil, and he's like, I'll just fly him out. So let's do it. After he hopefully rightfully gets that $20 million settlement, we can have a crawfish boil to celebrate.
Anything else? Update on Nikhil Walker? I do not know. Unc, when we asked him last week, said we'd hear from him soon, though.
Reggie told us the other day, too, that he's doing pretty well, and we'll hear from him soon as well.
Yep. Or that was Reggie that said that, not Unc. But either way. Anything else?
Reef said 2 C's is insane, but no hoodie indoors isn't. I don't think that's insane. I don't think that's insane. Also, if I'm cold in my house, I just get a blanket.
Chat, you see what we have to deal with now. So, yeah, that's all I got to say.
That's crazy. That's crazy acting like this is some sort of hard thing to deal with.
You just have these crazy left field takes sometimes, bro, that I just don't even know how to respond to.
I'm fine with that. Also, someone said I have crazy food takes. That's just not true.
Also, someone said I have crazy music takes. Don't even question me on that.
Bro, they were right on both accounts.
Scotty, we've been talking about Lil Uzi and Future before. Like, what do you mean?
That is true, but we also know what type of music you really like, Jake. Like, let's be for real. Like, it's very much you. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just very much you. And just like RK's cream cheese on pizza and everything else, like
you know what?
You haven't had it. You haven't had it.
Speaking of food, this is what I told Todd. This is what I told Todd in Las Vegas. The music I listen to is like spicy food. Like the first time you try it or listen to it, it's gonna be like, ooh, too much. No. But if you keep on, building your palate and building your tolerance, it's just music.
No way.
It's facts. It's how it works.
I like all music. Your music isn't bad. It's just not for me. It wouldn't be in my playlist, but I don't dislike it.
Y'all like listen to some of the stuff. I mean, you talking about Megadeth. Scotty's talking about A Day to Remember. Like, y'all can't be talking and telling me that I'm the crazy one when you guys listen to literally a lot of the same stuff.
I feel like I can picture Scotty ripping some like Tom DeLonge lines in the car, just full pitch.
I have no idea who that is.
Come on, Scotty.
Never heard the name ever in my life. Sorry to that man.
You need to educate yourself, please.
I definitely got the best music taste on the show, though. I ain't gonna lie.
No, you don't, bro.
100%.
No, you
You're
don't.
too young, bro. You don't have enough experience in the music world.
We got to do a top 5 like artist draft one day or something like that.
Scotty, how versatile are you though in music? Because I feel like you're just you're very narrow in the hip hop universe.
I listen to hip hop, rap, R&B, some soul. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the extent of what I listen to, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
By the way, Tom DeLonge is the lead singer of Blink-182, which you've definitely heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of Blink-182. They got that one song. Right?
Which one?
They've got a couple.
They've got a few.
Didn't they have one that was like really Girls Club? That's crazy. Drake new album was fire.
Ooh, getting called out. That's like no Girls Club.
Didn't Blink-182 have like one real popular song that was like in like a movie?
Oh, bro. I mean, they've had dozens of very popular songs that were probably in several movies.
Exactly.
Blink-182 was great. I let it slide, but that was great.
My fault.
Insane.
All right, we got to get out of here.
All right. We'll see you all Monday. Go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.